All right, so we just gonna start here. It has been a process. We are RV living, full-time RV living now.
Yep.
We're gonna start a vlog soon. That's gonna be in the next video. This video right now is just a little testimony to our beginning travels of being full-time RVers and dealing with the little challenges that have come our way, but it's definitely taught me as far as don't let your pride block you from God's blessing to you. You know, that's the topic of this testimony here as we're learning on this new journey. But like I said, we're going to start our full-time RV living lifestyle vlog. It'll probably be on CAUGHTINTHEWEBB, just as this.
YouTube
You know,
and Instagram.
yeah, so you know, we getting back on it, but it's been a journey. You know, we just living it. But you know, as you can see, we're in Virginia right now, living happy, children's happy, babies is good, we good, you know, and just striving, living financially free, and you know, continuing on our mission to get down. We're heading down to Texas. That's the goal there.
Well, I would have to put in on the way to financial freedom.
On the way to financial freedom.
Because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, if you're in debt, you're a slave. So we got debt that we're working.
Hella debt.
Working through,
but we
working
every day.
out.
Yes, ma'am. So, you know, first, I'm going to start with, what are you grateful for, love? What are you grateful for right now?
Right now, I am grateful for this beautiful day, this beautiful weather. I'm grateful for the ground that we are on. I'm grateful for our children, for our health, for our ability to get moving, for the food, the shelter that we have. We have everything that we need, and I'm grateful for it all. I'm also grateful for you and putting this video together and finally sharing yourself and your testimony.
Yeah, it's time. You know, it's been a long time coming. So we getting back in there, getting back into that spirit, and that energy needs to be expressed, you know, especially for the journey that we're on and just what we're trying to accomplish in our life. And Journey, you want to say what you're grateful for? Come here. Right here. Come here.
Come between
you come
us.
in the middle. You want to say what you're grateful for, Bo?
I was screaming and I was
What are you grateful for? What are you happy about?
it was a good day of praying and
Good job.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're grateful for praying? Good.
Yeah.
Have five.
Little Khalik over there chilling. Say hey, son. Say hey. All right, right into it. So this is a testimony, like I said, about don't let your pride block you from God's blessing to you. So pretty much what happened was our RV, as we're traveling down to Maryland, you know, we came from Jersey and we're on our way to Maryland, and pretty much I'm driving the truck, my wife's driving the van with the children. So me driving the trailer, you know, everything was okay, but we start to see and notice that our trailer is swaying, and it became heavier. So my wife, she decides to, what you called me?
I was driving. We were on 95, so going straight, headed to Maryland for a while.
Right.
So I ended up, because he was going very slow with the trailer,
Right.
I ended up going way past him.
Because it was swaying a little already.
Swaying.
So we were taking our time.
And I was just, you know, it's late, about midnight. So I ended up way past him. And something told me, pull over to the side and wait for him to pass you. And get in front of him again and slow down.
About to leave me on a damn highway.
Yeah, I was in a trance. I used to drive from Baltimore to New York, Baltimore to Jersey all the time. So I was in my trance. And something told me, pull over to the side and wait for Matthew to pass with the trailer and truck. And speed up and catch up with them and then slow down. Like, get behind them this time, basically. And so I did. Pulled over, followed. I was obedient to the instruction. And when Matthew passed, I cut back on, got on the highway, and the trailer's literally just in the back, but it's not throwing the truck because the truck is strong enough for the trailer, and it's the back of the trailer just going. Like, I see it bumping. It's like boom, boom, boom. And I'm thinking about my dishes inside. I'm like, whoa. So I called Matt, and I said, look, you got to slow down, even though he's going slow. But I was like, you got to slow down more.
Under 45. We was driving slow on there.
On 95.
Taking our time. Yeah.
A major highway.
Mm-hmm.
So
basically, she told me to pull over.
No, I told you to slow down.
You told me to slow down, and I said I'll pull. Let me just pull over and check it out, because I seen it in the mirror, seen it waving like it looked like a wave just going. So I pull over. As soon as I get in the right shoulder, right before I get off, the tire burst, just a straight blowout on the trailer.
As soon as
I pulled over, thankfully nothing inside, nothing was damaged. Nothing, like, we survived that. That was by God. That was the first step. So pretty much we pulled over. I was able to pull all the way over, and it wasn't even 15 minutes until somebody came that works for the DOT. They came and helped us change luckily we had a spare tire in the back of the trailer, and he helped us change the tire for free. Man didn't charge me. The man came, and it was under 15 minutes. We were trying to figure out, of course, what the heck we was going to do at that point in time.
Yeah, because we
what
have
happened, baby? You hit your head?
Trailer insurance for Progressive, but we're like, it's almost 1 a.m. It's going to take them 4 hours.
And we're on the highway, and most of the time they wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah.
But thankfully, shout out to that man. So yeah, that was the first thing. And, we're not necessarily in the best of financials at that time, where, we had to figure it out pretty much. But he was able to help us out with that. And just for that night, we just, we took the next exit and just slept in the van overnight just to get our thoughts back together with that, So that was the first thing, that kind of killed it. But, all praise is due to Allah that we made it to our destination, to that property, to actually settle down and figure out what we were going to do.
And you didn't share that when the tire blew out too, a piece of the frame
for the
supports broke off.
Right, so we looked under. As we're changing the spare tire, we noticed all of the supports. It wasn't just one, it was all of the supports that was supporting the floor for our living room, our kitchen area. All of those supports were broken off on the side, on the passenger side.
Well, we didn't know that at first.
Right, we didn't know that at first.
When the tire changed, there was a piece that actually broke off.
The middle piece in between the axles.
And you had to tie it up.
Right, I tie wrapped it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're literally 1 a.m. Trying to get to our destination. We're already late because we have to drive super slow.
Yep.
And we, the tire blows out. By Allah's grace, we were able to get that tire changed, and Matt, by Allah God's grace, was able to tie up the support that had fallen down. We only knew at this point that support fell down. Right. And at that point, we were exhausted. We said, you know what? We're gonna pull over in this parking lot. We're gonna go to sleep until about 7 a.m. or so, 6 a.m. I think.
Well, it was early.
Before it got busy in it was a grocery store parking lot. In Pennsylvania, to head the rest of, we had like an hour and a half or so left on our route.
Tim was the property owner of the place that we stayed at. We're doing a Harvest Host.
It's Harvest Host / Boondockers Welcome.
Right.
So Boondockers Welcome side of the company is when you stay at people's land, like their homes or their property. They own land. And you stay there. You can get a water and electric hookup to your RV, so everything you need basically besides sewage typically, and you stay for either free or $10-15 a night, where you just helping them to pay for the electric and the water.
But wait, that's for the vlog. We talk about the full-time RV.
Oh, my bad. That's the
RV
life.
We'll get into that. That's a little sneak peek. We'll get into that. So, but basically, Tim was able to give a look at check out the RV, because I don't really, I'm still trying to figure out what it is, as far as just the structure and everything of how to maintain the RV. But Tim is well experience in that knowledge. So he, checked it out for us the next day while we were there, just to see what we had to do. And that's pretty much when he was able to, diagnose that most of the supports are broken off underneath. The slide out, one of the tracks was already down, and it just wasn't welded properly, from just the manufacturer itself. Like, it was just poorly welded altogether. So at that time, it's like, okay, well, we need to find somebody that can just weld the supports back together for us, simple as that, or that's pretty much it. Find a good, somebody that could do welding. So we were looking for that, and while I was underneath the trailer with Tim, I already called maybe 5 different places that they either said, it's either not possible because they don't have the proper license for it, or they just weren't available in that time span that we were there for. So pretty much, after that time, I'm talking with Tim, and this other guy just came to his mind, that he had thought about. Or was that at the food truck place? Because we went.
No, it came to.
No,
his
it was
mind
before
while
that. It
you
came
were
while we
under
were
the
under.
RV. Yeah.
Yeah. So he contacted this guy for me, and he was open and available, and he was able to come by that same day to check it out.
His son's friend from
Yeah.
school, from Christian school.
Yeah. So, like.
Seth.
Yes, his name is Seth. So Tim hooked me up with Seth, and then Seth came, checked it out, and this man was able to evaluate it and see what he can do. So the next day, he said we were able to just bring it to his shop, and he could check it out. So we brought it there. He already knew what, as far as just welding, but there was a deeper problem. The deeper problem that he seen was that our whole frame, the structure was on a lean. So the main reason it was swaying like that is because it was already on just a lean of just how it was framed. So that's why the axles and everything, like, it was, had we continued going, this thing would have just been a bad crash. It was just a bad wreckage. And we've driven this thing from Buffalo. Okay, that was our first trial. Buffalo to Jersey, down south.
Down to South Jersey.
We put some miles on it already.
Then to Maryland.
Yeah, and so it's been like that, So, that was just a whole total in itself. And that was just another thing on top of that. So, trying to figure out what we're gonna do as far as getting that fixed or taken care of, or. But at that time, Seth wasn't really confident in the fact that that's something that he can really get done, like fix for us. It was just a chance of, it's just risk as far as just not being able to make that happen. So
yeah, we told him we're on the way to Texas.
Right.
So he was just being honest. He said, look, I don't want to charge you and do this work, and I can't promise. No, this is when he said it. He said, I don't want to charge you for this
supports
work,
right,
but
right.
That frame, I'm not sure if I have the knowledge to be able to fix it.
Well, not knowledge, just the ability to make it shift straight again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he didn't know if he had the ability to actually fix it. So he didn't want to charge us and everything, and then it breaks down when we get to Virginia.
Right.
Because he said he just didn't know if he could actually fix that.
Right. And so, at that time, our heads, well, at least my head is spinning as far as like, okay, maybe this isn't meant for us to do, or, like, what are we going to do as far as figuring out, our home, pretty much.
I'm thinking, okay, I guess we posting up in Maryland somewhere. Right. Let's find a campground.
I end up just something. So at that point, we're just, he said just give him some time, and he's gonna figure out if there's anything he could do. So I let him do his thing. This is all the same day, mind you. So we just give that space, give that time to figure out what we're gonna do on our end, and then Seth was still trying to see what he can do. Very helpful, very transparent and honest with everything. So like I had trust in that, and then at the same time figuring out what the what ifs, the other options for us. at the same time, my brother, he lives in Maryland, and it was his son's birthday, and so we went during that time to just, you know, give the children something to do, and us as well, just as a, you know, as a family, just to enjoy our time, because of course it's always in the time of, you know, that stress and everything builds up on you. It's like, you know, there was a time for us to enjoy ourselves where we are at that point in time, and we took advantage of that, and we prayed for it, and we prayed
skipped
for
that
it.
part.
Yeah,
because
we did pray.
This entire thing, going from Buffalo down,
yeah,
getting the RV on the road ready,
yeah,
paying off the debt of the RV and the truck,
yeah,
it's been an entire spiritual journey,
yeah,
where we have had to surrender. A lot. God has been putting us in the position to surrender to what is, and for me to express gratitude for what I do have, instead of being caught up in what I don't have or what I have to do.
Right.
To be more present and to surrender. So when the RV tire blew out, I surrendered.
Right. I wasn't
surrendered.
even like, I surrendered, because any other time I'd freak out. I'd have a whole, you know, it's like a, you know, it's just a paranoia, just something that it's like, damn, like, you know. But at that time, I wasn't even, I felt like God had a plan for us. So I wasn't stressed. I was just letting the current flow, if that makes sense. Like I was just trusting in God and surrendering that this will be taken care of, you know, somehow, some way, you know, whatever it's through. But with that, you know, prayer helps. Prayer definitely works. So we prayed. And while we are at we were at a Sky Zone. We were at a.
Hold up, I want to tell them what we prayed for.
Okay, all right.
Because God, my bad.
Are you picking something up?
Children.
Okay. In the meantime, check out this view. Okay, it's a little interlude. We'll continue on the story. Look at where we at, man. It's beautiful out here. I might have an album cover over there.
Oh, is this the spot?
I saw a tree that I wanted to do it on. You know what I'm saying? What's up, bud? Oh, what you eating? What you got? Apple? Okay.
Have a bite.
Why is Khalid like in timeout over there? Like,
because Journey put him in there.
Okay, can he roll up? Look, you about to drop him. Whole head about to spin. You okay, son? You chilling? All right.
Okay.
All right.
So before we continue, I just want to share what we prayed for. We prayed when just the fact that we were able to get from the tire popping to our destination, and our property owner, the homeowner, just happened to be an RV tech with a connect with the welder. I knew, like, I wasn't stressing out. Like, we were in a stressful situation, but I wasn't stressing out. Like Matt said, it just flowed. It was flowing. And I knew we were in Allah's flow. And so we prayed on that day of the trailer. We knew we were going to be bringing it to him, that he was going to be welding it. He said he should be able to get it done that day. So that morning we prayed for a miracle, number one. Number two, we prayed that our children could have an enjoyable time that day. Not knowing that Malik was having a birthday party.
Facts, it's before that, yeah.
Before that. And number three, we prayed for something else, I forget. That we could be in, I believe it was to the essence that we could be in flow. That we just were expressing our gratitude of where we were, the ground that we were standing on, our shelter, our food, and our health. That's what the third thing we prayed for, just gratitude.
Yeah.
And even when Seth first told us he wouldn't be able to fix it, or I think he told us at first he needed it for the whole weekend.
Yeah, for the weekend.
At first, instead of just that one night.
Right.
So, you know, we're in Maryland, so we have
weekend.
Family and stuff. So
we
said,
were close
okay,
to family.
Thank God that we're close to family.
Right.
We'll work it out.
Right.
And then we get hit with this thing is a dove,
bad.
man. This is a dove. I wouldn't even try to fix it and send you off to Texas with it, because it's going to fall out. The bottom is going to fall out.
Can't continue on with it.
So even in that situation, I wasn't stressed.
Right.
Matt wasn't stressed.
Right.
We were in a flow. We were in divine flow.
Right.
That's what I could say.
Right.
you can continue.
Okay.
But I just want to,
prayer.
just like the power of gratitude in that moment held us down. So we didn't feel that stress. Even though we couldn't pay in the moment for the repairs we knew we needed in order to continue on our way, on our journey. We didn't have a place to sleep at that night from what we knew at the moment, besides at, family's house. And we didn't know what to do because we thought the trailer was a dub. Maybe we could trade it in, insurance. We have full-time insurance on it. So, we just knew that we were in flow. We didn't know anything, but we knew it was okay. We knew Allah is God in that moment, and He is the power. So
pretty much before we went to the fun time, I'll say, we were sitting in that lot and trying to figure out what we can do, our options, because at that time it's like, okay, the trailer is no good. We can't continue on. We can't travel forward to where we want to go with this trailer. So we have to figure out whether we're going to do something like a trade-in or use insurance, some way, something's got to happen. While we're in the middle of a call with the insurance, Seth he calls me out because we're sitting in the van, and he lets me know that he was able to pull the frame back in a line. So it's possible now that he can do something to fix it. And this is in the middle of us, we're just still in a place where it's like, what are we gonna do? And he pretty much was able to pull back the frame to realign it, and he said that he would be able to do something as far as just fixing it now. Now that he's seen how it can work from that flex. So, he said just give him a couple hours. He's gonna try and get it done within that day, the same day. And I was still have in mind, if you need the weekend, we can make something work in that way. But he was very diligent with the work. This man was there was no just tossing it to the side, just giving up. He wanted to help us in saving our home pretty much. And so we gave him that time, and that's when we was like, let's just go to my my brother's that's when we went to the fun time, to the trampoline place. So Sky Zone. Shout out to Sky Zone. So while we were there, for me, my head's still going as far as figuring out what we're gonna do. That's just how we operate, how I operate. So we're there. We finally just enjoy ourselves. Journey's jumping around. You remember jumping around, baby?
Sky Zone. Remember the trampoline?
What's up, Polly?
Well, Uncle Malik.
Okay. She remembers. She just in a trance. So while we're there, we're eating it now and everything like that. I get a call from Seth, and it's a call saying that, hey, I was able to fix it. Whenever you're able to come back and pick it up, can do that. So we go there, pick it up. This man fixed the frame. Okay. This man was able to put new supports under our structure, under our RV, between the axles, so that way it's straight up and aligned and everything is measured, square. So it's aligned, everything. I'm driving this bad boy, and it's not swaying. It's driving perfectly, right aligned with how the truck is. And, that was just, it put me in a blissful place, as far as just,
I'm not going to let you skip over this part, the main key part, sir, of the testimony.
What's the key part?
That you're skipping over.
I'm about to say it.
Okay.
That's just a part.
Because there was a part before that you skipped that would lead to the preference of this, that would make it really, really impactful.
What's that?
When we were sitting at Dunkin' Donuts in the car.
And what happened?
And Seth told us what the price would be.
Yes.
Originally.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, originally, yeah.
I know.
So yeah, that's when we were talking. Right.
When we first, we
that's
said,
the main, yeah, that's
we
the
don't
impact
have
of
money
this.
to spare right now.
Right,
We're
right.
paying off debts. We don't have money to spare.
Right.
And when this happened, the first thing that Matt told Seth was,
what's the
you
numbers?
know, what would the pricing
Right,
look like?
I need to know
At
the
first,
numbers.
it was $400 to $500.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, we're gonna need some time to get it to you.
Yeah.
Then when he saw the
frame out,
the
the
depth
frame
of what was going on, the multiple supports, like every support under the trailer was gone.
Yeah.
When he saw that, he said, I'm gonna need this for much longer. It's gonna be $1,500 for the weekend.
Yeah.
And Matt was sitting in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot when he got that call.
Right. Yeah, keep going.
Yep. He tells me what Seth said, and I said, okay, you know.
Well, I was still on the phone with him.
You hung up at one point, and then you called him back.
I called him back, yeah.
To tell me what he said.
Right. And then that's when I just had to be honest. For me, myself, that was probably I had to just be honest with where I was. I let my pride down. Because, you know, I had to realize it, and it's thanks to my wife for her being there next to me, because otherwise I would have just said, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna make it work. You know, if it's over the weekend, I'm gonna try and see what I can do and make it work in that way and figure something out, you know. But at that time, it was just a moment of clarity as far as just being honest with where I am and how I can make this happen, as far as paying, as far as making that work. And I didn't want to seem like I guess an embarrassment or a you know, like I'm not a man providing for my family and doing what I need to do. But then I had to come to realization that it was just my pride at that moment, that, you know, I had to release that and just be honest with where I am to another man, you know. And I did that.
And you asked him for,
and
you said, we don't have that right now.
Right.
And he said, that's okay.
When
would you need, like, how long do you need to be able to pay it?
Right. And
let me tell you, because I'm watching from the outside in, right? Matthew could not give him a time. He wanted to tell him tomorrow. Like, oh, I don't have the money today, I'll have it tomorrow. Like, I literally was watching. Matt was sitting there like this. He was about to break down.
Yeah.
Like, you got just the bold testimony.
Yeah.
Matthew was about to break down because he did not want to tell this man that we probably needed a month to be able to get that type of money for this.
Right.
And
I fought through it.
He was literally he was about to break down. Seth was on the phone even saying, like, you can tell me, man.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You can tell me.
Yeah.
And
it was just hard to get out. It was just it was hard to get out, but I just honestly, I let God take over in that moment. You know, whether it was the right thing or the wrong thing to do, I'm gonna just put my trust in God in that moment of expressing the reality of things for me at that moment. And I took that route. I went with that side rather than go with just me in my mind and, you know, thinking, you know, like I'm the man for everything. And I did that, you know, and I was just honest with, you know.
Which is a principle of a lot.
Yeah.
Honesty.
Yeah. And at that moment, he said, okay. Seth said, you know, okay, you know, we can work with that. And that's when he was saying, you know, just give me some time with this and I'll update you in a couple of hours to see where we are, you know, and then we'll talk further as far as just the payment. So pretty much just putting that on the side, he was willing to do the work in the meantime, and we'll discuss the payment process later.
And that even emphasizes how amazing and just thoughtful and loving this man Seth was for putting in the work that he did. Yeah. Like, this man cut his hand while doing the work and kept working. He kept working. He cut his hand, had to go to the hospital, called us and let us know, wasn't mad, and went right back to work. Got some help.
With one hand.
Got some help to finish the job. Yeah. And he knew he wasn't getting paid that day.
We don't know this man. He doesn't know us. Like,
Woodbine, Maryland.
Yeah. Like, we don't know him. You know, this is God sent. Yeah. And so pretty much back to where I was saying that he called me when we were at Sky Zone saying that he got it done. And we could come by and pick it up and everything. And so at Sky Zone, I was asking him, okay, like, because I'm thinking as far as the payment, like, okay, what do we owe you? What do I owe you for that work? And there he was telling me,
And donuts. And donuts.
And donuts, yeah. At that time at Sky Zone, when I was on the phone with him, he was saying, don't worry about the payment yet. Don't worry about that. You can, just pick it up and get to where you need to go, and then we'll discuss how we'll deal with the payment later. That's what he said at that time. So that's when I'm like, are you sure? Because I want to make sure. I don't want to just, like, I felt wrong just going there to pick it up and not say anything as far as like, okay, well, what do I need to pay you? What do I owe you, for this work? This man put in hours of labor, hurt his damn hand, and, like, there's a lot to it as far as me just thinking as far as taking care of for him, what he's taking care of for us. So that's when we took it and everything, and we were at our next destination. We were able to make it to our next spot. Everything was fixed. Everything was great. Everything's fine still. So that's when I had hit him up as far as, okay, like, everything's good. But what do how are we going to handle this payment? And so this is when Seth, he tells me pretty much that, he spoke with his wife, and, he has a family as well. But he did this as a gift. Take it as a gift from him to us so we can continue on our journey. When that man told me this, as a gift, this man put in work, like labor, on our frame, our structural frame that keeps our home together, and was able to realign that so our home is intact and we can still travel. And for this man to tell me that to take it as a gift so we can continue on our journey and get to where we need to go, that I didn't even have words for that. I can only express it through doing this. This is the reason I wanted to do this. This is what made me open myself back up as far as expressing myself, and knowing that God is real for one, and
angels are real.
Angels are real. And when you're on the right path, when you're trying to live righteously, when you're trying to align yourself in that light, God will show you. He will show you through that. We got our home fixed by a man that we didn't even know, for free, as a gift for us to continue on our journey. So thank you, Seth. Thank you, Tim, for connecting us with that.
And Seth's wife.
And Seth's wife.
When Matt said he spoke with his wife and she agreed, I said, oh, this is a gift from God, because you wives know, and I know, when the wife says yes with the husband, that's from God. That's in alignment.
So, this is a thank you to you, Seth, as well. But it's also just a message to all men all together, as far as just being honest and open about your situation, about yourself, just expressing yourself. It's important to know yourself and know the reality versus what you expect or what you think is gonna be there because of your work, because of what you're doing and everything. Because I'm a man that comes from just working all day, every day, as far as maintaining what I need to do as far as providing for my family. So it's hard for me to be able to tell another man my real life situation, as far as, I'm kind of struggling at this point in time where, I may need help, because I don't like to rely or try to burden somebody else, or feel like I'm burdening somebody else. And, pretty much that's what this taught me, as far as just being realistic about my situation, and it was given back as a gift, so I don't take that lightly. And being able to have a wife and children, and being able to share that moment is very special, and it needed to be recorded. It needed to be expressed in this way. So this is just an intro to what's to come, which is Caught in the Web vlog and our full-time RV lifestyle. I didn't want it to prolong this long, but I felt like it was needed, you know. So if you made it this far into the video, you know, please drop any comments as far as what you're grateful for. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, baby.
I just want to share the lessons I learned. I learned about my husband. I learned about Matthew.
Yeah.
I learned about places that he needs support in, loving, from me, his wife. And I also learned a lesson about joy. How joy brings blessings. Because when I'm in a position where, because it might come across different for women, but we struggle as well with facing the reality of not having or not being able to do, or being tired, or not being that strong woman, especially strong black woman, not being able to do it. We have a hard time facing that as well.
Yeah. And
I learned in this situation that there is blessing in presence, blessing in joy. And joy is something that I struggle with, because the way I grew up, if those dishes aren't washed, you don't get to enjoy watching TV. You don't get to do anything else. If you don't have your space clean, what are you doing relaxing or taking a nap? You don't get to do that. So in this experience, I learned that joy is deserved. We deserve to enjoy ourselves. We deserve to take a pause, even in the midst of the mess.
Right.
We deserve to take a pause to enjoy ourselves.
Right.
Because that's where blessings come in. When we're in that flow of joy, right, that's how gratitude can be sparked. Right. That's how we stay connected to God, to Allah, is by enjoying ourselves and knowing the time when there's a need for that, even in the midst of a mess.
Right.
And also that motion is what brings the blessings.
Right.
Because why would Allah bless us with having the foundation of that trailer of our new home fixed for free as a gift from an angel named Seth, if we weren't living in it and moving out on our journey towards land to Texas the way that we had it in our minds to do? Right. Why would Allah allow that blessing to happen for that trailer to sit in storage? Right. So even though we didn't have everything together, even though we didn't have all of our debts paid off, we moved out on our journey on what our heart was telling us to do. And we know it's our heart, and we know it's Allah, because both of us had separate visions that we shared and realized was the same. Right. When we finally moved out on it, even though we don't have all our stuff together, that's when Allah showed himself. That's when Allah gave us and blessed us with the miracles that we've wanted for so long. Yeah. Early. Those are my lessons.
Early, as soon as that. Beautiful, baby. Well spoken.
Thank you.
Well spoken. So, once again, man, just truly grateful for this moment, just for the where we are now and how we got here so far. And, you know, we just plan to continue on our journey, you know, and share more moments like this. You know, this is just a little testimony out of the whole just experience of just first getting into the trailer, you know. So, you know, that will be in the next video. So if, you know, this is something that has touched you or anything in any way, please drop a comment, like, start subscribing to our channel, because we are going to be sending more updates and stories that come into our life. And
support us.
Yeah,
if you would like to support us, number one, support Tim and Seth. Yeah, if you are in the Woodbine, Maryland, even Baltimore area, Maryland.
Yes, he owns a fabrication company.
Okay, what's it called?
Yes, Simplex
Fabrication Company. Yes. I'll Google Seth Woodbine Welding, and definitely support him.
Tim's a great
share
host.
Him out. And
Tim gave us the time too. You know, like it's crazy. We were able to enjoy ourselves out there at the same time, dealing with a serious issue. You know, for our home.
The foundation of our
home.
When you said it, that's a spiritual sign too. The foundation of our home was restructured and realigned by an angel, by a miracle. It's not by us. not about what we have.
Right.
So keep that in mind. We're gonna need it in the future too. So
any
shout out
remarks?
to Seth. Shout out to Tim. We will put their information, their businesses, in the description. Tim is also RV Tech, so check him out. And as well, support us, right? Like we said, money is not flowing the way that it will be soon.
Right.
But if you want to support us, help us out, go to byAtiyaJ.com/shop. You can buy Better Together t-shirts, Better Together mugs. You can buy Tea Time Podcast t-shirts. You can, we also have several Happy and Blessed t-shirts.
I was going to say, if you would like to just send a donation, just as far as just donating our experience, our journey, I will send you, my daughter just threw a rock at me. That was very dangerous.
Journey, but you're about to get your little tail popped. Walk over here. That's not
what the hell? She's throwing rocks. No, but
disrespectful.
If you would just like to send donations to just for our family and our journey, once received, I will send you a Happy Unblessed shirt for free. Just as a thank you for supporting our lifestyle. This is a new lifestyle that we are not used to. That's not normal. That most of our family is thinking we're crazy for choosing this as our option and as our lifestyle. But you know what? We are living like happy. We are. The wind. God is He's coming through here. And we are just thankful. We're thankful for our family, our friends. Thank you for everybody that's been supporting us. Any
information too.
Yeah, any more information as far as
watching this.
Right. Definitely send some insight, send some advice as we continue down. And man, I hope you guys all have a blessed day.
Donate, to be able to donate.
Oh, to be able to donate. You're right.
We're
learning.
On the screen.
Yeah, we'll put something on the screen.
$, byAtiyaJ.
CashApp, Zelle.
You can Zelle.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll put the information in the description.
Yeah.
But donate if you would like to. You can also support us in sharing Matthew's electrical business.
Come on now.
The Webb Industries LLC. We are traveling right now. We're in Virginia. We will be in Tennessee, and we will be in Arkansas and Texas.
Right.
So if you are interested in electrical services, this is a quality electrician. He will never do you dirty. And
Thumbtack.
He makes sure everything is clean. He's cleans up your house
professional,
better than
baby. Professional. We clean with it. We clean.
Very much.
We clean. I'm gonna make sure you can see everything. And also right now, if you're looking to install some ceiling fans, because it is summertime, you know what I'm saying? That right there. Got a special offer. Just contact me. Please do. My daughter's still throwing rocks, so that is our time here. And thank you.
And never mind.
No, go ahead. You might as well. Shit. Go ahead. She's dangerous. I'm watching her. She's getting violent.
Yeah, no. She's about Journey. Stop it.
No,
put it down.
You look like Chucky. Put it down. The damn rock down.
I'll throw you like that. Stop it. Don't touch the rock. Go by Khalid. Relax.
You don't gotta throw my daughter.
I will.
Yeah. Okay.
That was funny.
All right.
We're gonna have to cut and slice this. Jesus Christ.
Maybe.
I want to just end on a note.
Go ahead, baby. End on a note.
Support our family.
Yes.
The way that you can support us is by purchasing our products on byAtiyaJ.com/shop. You can get your Better Together mugs, t-shirts. You can get Tea Time Podcast mugs and t-shirts, as well as my business coaching products. I'm also business coaching. My life coaching
She's a life
products.
coach.
I'm
That's what
also a life coach, so
yes.
You can go to byAtiyaJ.com, contact me, and if you need help with your purpose, with moving your career, with a relationship, contact me, and we will see if a course of action life coaching is for you at this time. If I could be your coach and help you out, help you to help yourself. And I feel like this is a Better Together podcast. That's what I feel like this has turned into. And I just want to leave it on that note. That's kind of what I wanted to end it with.
Better together.
Better together. I would not have been able to be on this journey without my husband. And this creates a lot of stress and strife, the things that we're striving to do in our individual journeys, as well as the journey for ourselves as a couple and the journey for ourselves as a family.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. And Better Together, I experienced that because when we prayed that morning that the trailer was going to be looked at, I think it says in the Quran, or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches, that where there are two believers, God is. And that was my experience. I felt completely safe and still, because it wasn't just my stillness and the oneness of Allah within me, but there was also the oneness and accordance and alignment with my husband, who was also in alignment with Allah. That doesn't happen all the time. So it is very important for Better Together, marriage wise, for each of us to make sure that we are praying together and also praying individually, because that helps the marriage to be better. That helps our life that we're building together to be better and to be within God's will. So I kind of wanted to say that piece.
Drop some comments of love, whatever you want to share. Okay, it's been a pleasure. Okay, we will see you again on the next video. Continue to support everything that my wife said, and just in general. Okay. Peace.